Can you lose weight on a GLP-1 without losing muscle? Let's talk about it. I'm Anna Reisdorf, registered dietitian, GLP-1 user. Today I'm partnering with Almased to talk all about why you need to be concerned about preserving your muscle if you are on a GLP-1 and what you can do to help prevent muscle loss. So let's start from the beginning. When most people think about weight loss, they focus on like the number on the scale. A lot of people are obsessed with the number on the scale. But that number really doesn't tell you what you're losing. Like if you're losing fat or if you're losing muscle. You become more metabolically healthy if you have more muscle and less body fat, kind of regardless of what you weigh. So your body composition or how much muscle you have really matters. Muscle has a lot of important roles, maintaining your strength, your metabolism, so how many calories you burn in a day. It helps regulate your blood sugar, helps protect your bone density, so prevents you from possibly breaking a hip or a bone later in life. And it is like the main driver of long-term mobility. So you're able in your older ages to get around and do the things you want to do when you're an older adult. But here's the problem. With GLP-1s, people often lose both fat and lean body mass. And so they're not really noticing, if they're only paying attention to the scale, that they are losing muscle. Some studies show that up to 40% of the weight loss on these drugs can come from muscle. That is a lot of muscle to lose. Losing too much muscle can slow down your metabolism, makes it very difficult to keep the weight off long term if for some reason you have to get off the medication, and it will increase your risk of weakness and frailty later on in life. So think about what happens when your muscle is lost. Your metabolism slows down. So like I said, once you stop the medication, it's easier to regain the weight even if you're eating less. So a dramatic example of this comes from The Biggest Loser contestants from the TV show back in the 90s, 2000s. Years after their dramatic weight loss, their metabolisms were suppressed by 500 calories a day compared to what was expected for somebody their weight. So let's say they got down to 150 pounds. Like an average metabolism for somebody about 150 pounds would be, let's say, 1,500 calories a day. Theirs was 1,000 calories a day, even though they weighed the same as the person who had never lost all that muscle because they lost the weight so quickly. And so this makes weight maintenance next to impossible. If you watched the documentary, you saw that many of them have regained a lot of the weight or a portion of the weight that they lost during the show. The good news is, though, you can lose weight while preserving your muscle if you focus on three important things. Nutrition. I'm going to say nutrition. I'm a registered dietitian. Exercise and recovery. So first, let's talk about nutrition. What do you think I'm going to say preserves your muscle? You guys probably already know. Protein is your absolute best friend here. And not all protein is created equal. You want complete, high-quality protein, including branched-chain amino acids. Those are BCAAs in the right ratio that your body needs, and that is easy to digest. So you want to look for foods like Greek yogurt, eggs, chicken, fish, soy, or a high-quality protein shake that preserves your muscle, like Almased. Second is exercise. Resistance training is the single best way to tell your body, hey, don't burn this muscle. We need it for this weightlifting that we're doing, right? So lifting weights 2 to 4 times a week is ideal. It doesn't have to be super intense. It can be even 20 minutes of body weight exercises, that kind of stuff. Whatever you can do, anything that you can lift heavy or heavy for you is going to be ideal. Cardio is great for heart health, but focus sometimes too much on cardio because we can get burned calories, so we'll lose weight faster. But it's actually better to focus on weights because of the metabolic protection that lifting weights can offer. So that, and actually overtraining in cardio can accelerate muscle loss. So you don't want to overdo that while you are on a GLP-1. The third is recovery. Muscles don't grow in the gym. They actually grow while you are at rest. You might be surprised to know that when you're sore, that's your muscles regrowing. Be sure to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. If you want more advice on how to sleep better, you can check out this video. And manage your stress. High cortisol from too much stress can break down muscle. So stress doesn't have to just be like a psychological thing. It can also be you overdoing it at the gym. Your body sees that as a form of physical stress. So rest days and downtime are just as important as your workouts. Almased and I partnered to put together a free guide for how to maintain your muscles, where we go even more into detail about these 3 aspects of muscle maintenance. So you're going to want to look in the show notes to make sure you get that free download. If you're on a GLP-1, appetite suppression really changes the game because you can't get as much food in and as much protein in as you need. So smaller meals and snacks really make it harder to hit those protein goals. And that's why planning is so important on a GLP-1. If you want to learn more about high quality meal planning, you can watch this video right here. But the bottom line is every eating opportunity needs to include high quality protein. GLP-1s can also cause nausea, fullness, constipation, and managing those side effects really matters. So you want to eat smaller, more frequent meals, softer foods if you need to. Be sure to stay hydrated and add fiber and electrolytes as needed. And even with a small appetite, you can still hit those nutrition and protein goals, but you do need to learn to plan ahead. And I think that this Almased offers a great option for those days when your appetite is not very big or for helping you meet those protein goals, even on days when you are more able to eat. So let's talk about Almased. Almased is a clinically studied protein made from fermented, non-GMO soy, yogurt, and raw honey. The combination of plant and dairy protein ensures that all the amino acids necessary to preserve and build muscles, including the branched chain amino acids like leucine, are available, allowing your metabolism to prioritize fat burning over muscle breakdown. Almased also has a low glycemic index of 27, meaning it is digested and absorbed slowly, which supports healthy blood sugar and an insulin response. Studies show that Almased can help people lose fat while preserving 100% of their lean muscle, support healthy blood sugar, and prediabetes and type 2 diabetes, decrease cortisol levels to aid in weight loss, and even boost satiety hormones like GLP-1 and PYY. So this product, Almased, has been studied with over 30 clinical trials on the product itself, which is pretty rare for a dietary supplement for how it can help preserve muscle. For people on GLP-1 medications specifically, it's a great way to get your high-quality protein and meet your daily recommended nutrient needs, especially when your appetite is low. So to wrap up, fat loss without muscle loss is absolutely possible, and that's why I work together with Almased to create this free guide for protecting your muscle and protecting your metabolism while you reach your weight loss goals. That can be downloaded in the show notes for free. But in the meantime, before you get a chance to read that guide, you want to be sure that you're focusing on protein, resistance training, and recovery. Don't forget you have to rest. Almased can be a practical tool to help you reach some of those goals, especially if you're on a GLP-1, not able to eat very much, struggling with your appetite. So for more resources, make sure to check out GLP1Hub.com, where I have a lot of resources available for you. And to learn more about Almased, make sure you go to Almased.com to learn more about their products and all of their clinical trials and research studies on the product. And I drop a new video every Friday all about my personal GLP-1 journey, but also giving you information that you need to know along your journey. So be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.